All right, can you see everything?
It's, yep.
So our mission statement for the Bloomington Police Department is, to safeguard life and property while respecting diversity, encouraging civility, solving problems, and maintaining a high standard of individual integrity and professionalism. A little bit of background about the department. We are authorized 105 sworn officers and 60.5 non-sworn employees. Current staffing is 95 sworn officers and 54 civilian employees. I wanted to provide you with a breakdown of how shifts are staffed. We have 3 shifts: a downtown resource officer program, a detective division, and an administrative division. Day shift consists of 18 total officers, 15 officers, 3 supervisors. The minimum staffing on day shift is 8 officers and 1 supervisor. So at any one time, there is at least 8 patrol officers on duty during the day shift hours. Afternoon shift is staffed with 21 officers, 17 officers, and 4 supervisors. Their minimum staffing is 10 patrol officers and 1 supervisor. Night shift is staffed with 19 officers, 15 patrol officers, and 4 supervisors. Their minimum staffing is 9 officers and 1 supervisor. Our downtown resource officer program works hours between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. There are 6 officers assigned to that, 5 officers and 1 supervisor. Our detective division works a time frame from approximately 7 in the morning to 10 at night. There are 18 people assigned to the detective division, 14 detectives and 4 supervisors. And our administrative division has 4 command staff and 1 training supervisor for a total of 5 people. In that 95 current sworn staff are 2 officers who are out on extended military leave, 2 officers who are out on long-term sick leave, and 4 officers in the field training program or at the Indiana Law Enforcement Academy. So the officers are not currently available for call taking patrol duties. I want to highlight some of the 2020 budget goals dates. The category of increasing the community's sense of safety by engaging in programs such as the downtown resource officers and neighborhood resource specialists and our police social worker. We partner with the community with responsibility to build relationship and trust. As I stated earlier, our authorized strength 105. We added 2 additional officers in 2020 to that authorized strength. Some of the other highlights that I want to point out is the purchase of a virtual reality simulator for officer training. That's going to allow us to do kind of live training, but it's going to be a format on a variety of different types of training topics, which would include de-escalation and communication skills. Under accreditation, we are a nationally accredited police department through the Commission on the Accreditation for Law Enforcement. Less than 5% of the police departments in the United States are accredited. Some highlights of that for 2020 is we have converted to the new CALIA Tier 1 standards by modifying our department policies and standards in preparation for future 2022 accreditation. And each year we review approximately 54 standards to assure compliance with those national standards. Continuation of the 2020 goal update under crime analysis data set goals for crime reduction. We're constantly analyzing data as it refers to crime in our community to come up with practical steps to reduce crime. One of those things that we've done in 2020 is we've upgraded our computer software to install more accurate geo-validation software, which is mapping software, which will help us make decisions on deployment of personnel to ensure that we are providing the service to the community. Under Central Emergency Dispatch Center, we are the main dispatch center for 15 different public safety agencies in Monroe County. They answer approximately 112,000 calls a year. Again, a highlight of that is That the computer software was also upgraded with the geo-validation software. And a big one was installing the servers for records management and computer-aided dispatch center. Under our records division, they are responsible for answering emergency calls. They answer approximately 45,000 of those calls a year. They also produce, maintain, and store over 100,000 police reports and public safety documents each year, and maintain in excess of 500,000 historical documents for access to the public. Their software has also been upgraded in 2020 to help with the paperless document management system that we have that allows us to reduce the amount of paper that we create and do everything digitally. 2020 budget goals update for parking enforcement. Parking enforcement is be moving out of the police department next year and going back to public works under the new parking management or manager department. But we have worked to increase their social media contacts with providing information to the general public about parking updates. You know, we've had time during COVID where parking fees were suspended, so we use social media to communicate that information out. Lastly, the 2020 budget goals updates, administration, financial, and maintenance. This is the behind-the-scenes operation of the police department. And again, we work hard to continue to look at proactive patrol strategies using data. We're constantly reviewing policies and updating those policies. And obviously, we are a equipment-heavy department, and we're making sure that the replacement schedule and the equipment is in working order for all the officers. 2021 budget goals. Under increasing the community sense of safety, we want to reduce Part 1 crimes, which includes burglaries, robberies, and thefts by 3% in 2021 compared to 2020 levels. And we will use that. We will do that by using enhanced technology and data-driven strategies to review patterns and address those as they arise. We also want to increase our community outreach to neighborhood groups in 2021 by 20% over our 2020 levels. Continuing that, we are asking to hire 2 additional police social workers to assist us in serving at-risk populations. They work, current social worker, which is in the picture, is Melissa Stone. She works with our downtown resource officers quite frequently, but she also takes referrals from other street officers, patrol officers, detectives, when they interact with someone that they believe might need her services. And she every month keeps statistics and is busier each month as we move forward through the year. A new one that we're really excited about is the opening of the Strike Center, which should be sometime in late August. That is a police diversion program that has had a lot of discussion over the last year and a half. It is a facility that there are both the city and the county are involved in, and a lot of local businesses and service providers are involved in this. It will be run by Centerstone. It is a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week location that law enforcement can take someone that maybe have some kind of substance use issue or mental health issue that might have been involved in some kind of minor legal issue, that we can take them to that center and divert them from jail and get them services that they might need to help with whatever issue they might be having. Continuing on, under increasing the community sense of safety, also want to we have a request to add 2 additional neighborhood resource specialists. We started that program last year. It took off. Both of the people that were in that program, one of them became a full-time officer. And so we started over again late last year, hiring 2 new people. COVID hit, so they really haven't had an opportunity to get out and do much of the neighborhoods because of social distancing, and they just haven't had that opportunity. So when I add the program, we see that a very valuable program that can start taking nuisance type complaints from neighbors, from neighborhoods, and deal with minor police issues that would free up the regular patrol officers to focus on more serious stuff. Under accreditation, we continue to review different standards. We're targeted 54 standards a year. We will do that again in 2021. And we will also complete an annual report as required by May 31st to be submitted to the commission. Under data, to set goals for crime reduction, we're asking to hire an additional data analyst. We look at data a lot. We get requests for data quite frequently. And so the current data analyst we have is quite busy, and we believe that adding an additional data analyst will help us set better goals that will lead to better results, and will also be able to help provide more data to outside agencies that request that. Some highlights for that: one of the goals we have is by increasing the community safety by 3%, we're going to use the city's community survey to measure that and see how citizens feel when they fill out that survey. We're also going to maintain 16 data sets that we've provided to the Police Data Initiative, which is a national database of police data, and also to the Be Clear portal on the city's website. Under Central Emergency Dispatch, I just want to remind everyone, is funded via the Public Safety Lit funds and E911 monies. It is not funded by general fund money. They recently went through a organizational assessment. The recommendation was to add 9 dispatchers over several years. So there is, in that request, is to add 3.5 new dispatchers as part of this phased-in program for Central Dispatch. Our records division, one of the big things they do is they process all of the police reports that officers do, but they also are responsible for filling out the federally mandated NIRS, which is the National Incident-Based Reporting System. That system is replacing the Uniform Crime Report. It is a much more thorough and involved reporting system where 54 different sets of data have to be reported, where under the previous UCR, you only had to provide 7 sets of data. So they're busy doing that, and it's an extremely important 24-hour-a-day operation that also provides FOIA requests and lots of data to other agencies and the public. Under administration, financial, and maintenance, the 2021 budget goals, we want to continue to continue on our equipment replacement schedule. As I stated earlier, we have a lot of equipment. Yearly we replace 10 to 12 patrol vehicles. We have vehicles and specialty vehicles that get replaced on a much longer cycle, but that is something that we need to make sure we have the equipment to be able to respond to the calls that we get. So kind of some of the highlights, the police department's funded from 2 separate sources, the general fund and the public safety local income tax. Our request tonight is for $13,100,017, which is a decrease of less than 1%. The PS Lit request is $1,637,123. So some of the highlights: personnel's $12,362,317. That is an increase of $609,782. That is due to contractually agreed upon raises over a 2-year period. The police union contract was settled at the end of 2019. Those raises didn't get included, so they were included in the 2020 budget. And so 2020, or they were not included in that budget. So the 2020 and 2019 rates included in the 2021 budget. So that figure is a 2-year increase in wages, just to be clear. Category 2, we're requesting $301,990. It is a $213,446 net increase because those items were moved to the PS Lit fund And you can see in line 242 for 3 where's that money coming from. And that's to basically free up some of the general fund money for other uses. Same in category 3, there is a $435,701 request. It is a decrease of $436,583. And the 3 line items that those were moved from the general fund budget to the PS Lit fund. Again, as stated earlier, the PS Lit fund, the total request is for $1,637,123. It is in basically 2 of the line items, which is category 2, which supplies $272,482. In category 3, other services and charges, $546,311 were requested. And you can see those 3 line items where that is at. And the last is category 4, which is capital outlays, which is $818,830. That's a net decrease from 2020, $140,000, but that includes vehicle replacement money, computer replacement money, protective vest replacement money, and body-worn camera replacement money. The dispatch center, as I stated earlier, is funded by LIT and E911. That request in category 1 personnel is a $2,933,339 request. That's an increase of $358,364 due to the additional employees. Category 2, $39,700 request. It's an increase of $200 or $2,000 over 2020. Category 3, other services and charges. We're asking for $677,550. It's a net decrease of $38,200. And most of that is in communication contract decreases. And in category 4 capital outlays, it's a $50,000 request, but that is a requested net decrease from 2020 of $250,000. The police ed fund, this is for continuing education training for police officers. We're requesting $79,100. That's what is currently in the fund, but that is also a decrease of $20,900 from 2020's budget. The dispatch training fund, category 3, has a request of $10,000, and that is for continuing education and training of our dispatchers. Kind of the budget summary. So you can see the 2020 budget was $17,837,383. The 2021 request is $18,526,830. It is a 4% change. But as I stated earlier, there is quite a bit of the money was transferred to PS Lit. It's about $858,000 worth. I will note that in the 2020 budget had the parking meter fund in it, an alternative transportation fund, which funded the personnel costs of parking, which is being moved from the police department back to public works and placed under the parking manager position. Conclusion, 2021 budget request reflects the increase that align with the stated goals of safeguarding life and property while respecting diversity, encouraging civility, and solving problems, and maintaining a high standard of individual integrity and professionalism. I want to thank the council for considering our budget requests, and I would be happy to answer any questions.